the video cut off, but to the point where the certain things that used to affect you emotionally no longer affect you. The certain things that you used to make you feel good emotionally, you no longer want to do, because now emotionally those things have become outdated. Now you feel better doing more ascended things when it comes to emotionally. You now feel good emotionally when you're doing higher up things as far as your actions and how they make you feel emotionally. Now the things that fulfill you as far as emotionally are things that are beyond what they were before, and far beyond that at that point. So you can start to realize, okay, I'm awakening as far as emotionally. I'm becoming more strong as far as emotionally. Emotionally, I'm transitioning and I'm ascending and I'm awakening into a new space. I'm awakening into a new space, and from that space, you rise and you awaken when it comes to you going through these experiences. And yeah, emotionally, like I said, you're able to experience whatever it is, whatever experience that you're in, you're able to go through those experiences in a powerful state, in a state of being emotionally balanced, in a state of having that emotional stability. And to wrap up, the emotional state of being, how does emotionally going through these emotional awakenings, how does that have an influence on a spiritual awakening? Well, when you do go through an emotional awakening, you feel when you're on the right path. You feel when you're in the right space. You feel when you're in the right state. You feel when you're on that right frequency. You feel when you're on that right vibration. You feel when you're using the right energy and when you're around the right energy. Therefore, you know, okay, I'm spiritually in the right space. I'm spiritually on the right frequency, on the right vibration, on the right energy when it comes to where I am and where I'm located in the spiritual realm, and what actions I'm doing and what I'm involved with. And by using my emotional state of being in that awakened state of being as far as emotionally, I can confirm that it is correct that I'm on the right path spiritually, that I am doing what it needs to be doing when it comes to spiritually. I can I can assure, I can confirm, I can make those feelings conclude that now I have the confidence to go about and do certain things as far as spiritually. Now, where I didn't feel like I was doing the right thing when it comes to spiritually, now my intuition that has risen and that has ascended when it comes emotionally tells me that I need to go and do these things even more spiritually. I need to go do these spiritual things and be involved in these things spiritually in an even greater level and at an even greater frequency, at an even greater vibration, at an even greater putting in more energy into those situations. So awakening emotionally is going to definitely confirm for you a spiritual awakening in that nature. Moving on to spiritually. What are some things, some signs, some things that you go through as far as awakening when it comes to spiritually? And then we'll close out this video. But when it comes to spiritually, spiritual visions. When you spiritually awaken, you'll have spiritual visions, spiritual imaginations, spiritual images, spiritual experiences with people. You'll have spiritual experiences and interactions with spirits. You'll have these interactions with things that you haven't interacted with in the physical realm. You've only interacted in the mental or the spiritual realm. You'll have these interactions when you start to spiritually awaken. And at first, maybe it might be a little offsetting. It might be a little bit uncomfortable. But realizing and going through these experiences and these spiritual awakening situations, you'll come to see that there's much more to understand and overstand and get into when it comes to spiritually. There's more than just what you can see. There's more than just what you can hear. There's more than just what you can feel. There's more than just what you can touch. There's more than just what you can think and feel and see with your own eyes. There's more going on under the veil and under what we can't actually see at all times. There's more going on here. So through those experiences that you go through, you start to spiritually awaken and start to realize, okay, I'm a spirit going through these experiences, and through all the experiences I go through and that I'm growing through these experiences, I'm becoming a greater, stronger, more aware, more wise, more knowledgeable, more insightful spirit through the experiences that I go through. Therefore, not only in this lifetime, but in lifetimes to come, I am a spiritual being, and I'm taking that spiritual awakening with me through my spiritual travels, through all physical and mental and emotional existences that I go through as a spirit. I'm going to maintain that I am aware and I have that awakened sense to myself as a spirit. So you go through spiritual awakenings, you'll have spirits talking to you maybe in your dreams. You'll have visions in your dreams. You'll have things that you dream about, and then it comes to the physical, and then something happens and you're like, well, that dream, that was like a premonition. That dream exposed something that happened, that's your spirit being aware of more than just what you can see. And I've straight dealt with and interacted with higher dimensional beings in that realm before, where they are all-knowing. They are all-knowing, omnipresent, omni-aware, and I've even been able to tell them and like talk to them and be like, or communicate with them and be like telling them things. Being able to be spiritually aware enough and spiritually awakened enough, and a captain of my industry in the place I am mentally, in the mental realm, in the physical realm, in the emotional existence realm, in the spiritual realm, that I have the ability, I have the authority to be able to tell them things, to make these spirits feel comfortable, make these spirits feel that they're being interpreted and that they're being understood, or clearly overstanded, or their concepts are reaching through into our existences, or whatever that may be. I know that's pretty deep and that might not make a lot of sense to people, but if you ever come across something where you've never seen this thing before and you're interacting with it in your sleep, and it seems like something that is of consciousness, something that is not just in your mind, not just a character, not just someone that you know in a projection out of your own mind, but you're actually interacting with this being, those are spirits. Those are sometimes oversouls, shadow beings, shadow priests, or things that exist in these realms that you can interact with. So that's spiritually going through these situations, spiritual enlightenment, right? That's another thing having to do with the spiritual awakening. You grasping, let's say, religious concepts that you might have been under, or that other people are involved with, or whatever that may be. You come to understand, okay, what do the scriptures really say? Spiritually, what is the spiritual wisdom and knowledge and reason and insight that I can take from these religious concepts? What can I grasp? And now with my spiritual awakened perspective of viewing things, how can I develop these into my own spiritual systems? How can I develop these things into what I want to go from this point on as far as spiritually? How can I use these experiences that I'm going through mentally, physically, emotionally, to spiritually maintain on the path that I'm on spiritually, to maintain the purpose that I have as far as spiritually? How can I spiritually continue on fulfilling my spiritual goal in life, fulfilling my spiritual purpose, and fulfilling what it is that I'm going through? So that was the video on awakening. We talked spiritually, we talked mentally, we talked emotionally, and we talked physically. That was a good one. I'm glad that I made the video. Those of you that were here, I thank you. I'll check in with you in the next one.